There is a circuit breaker in an estimated 30 million American homes linked to over 2,800 house fires. The manufacturer knew. The CPSC investigated. There was never a recall. Last video, we pulled the walls off to expose the plumbing. Today, we are opening the electrical panel. Every outlet, switch, and breaker in a new construction home was selected for one purpose: passing the minimum code inspection. The average electrical fire causes $62,000 in damage. Today, we are naming the brands and giving you the 5-point audit that could save your house. Federal Pacific Electric manufactured the Stab-Lok breaker from the 1950s through the 1980s. They are still installed in 28 to 30 million homes. They were never recalled. Independent testing by Dr. Jesse Ehrenstein found Stab-Lok breakers failed to trip in 25 to 30% of overload tests. A breaker that does not trip does not interrupt the current. The wire heats until it ignites. Its only job is to prevent fire, and it fails 1 out of every 3 to 4 attempts. In 1983, the CPSC found evidence that Federal Pacific had fraudulently obtained UL certification by submitting modified samples that did not match production units. No mandatory recall was issued because it was too expensive. The panels stayed and the fires continued. Zinsco panels share the same problem. Bus bar connections can melt to the breaker, making it impossible to trip even manually. Both brands are so dangerous that electricians recommend immediate replacement regardless of condition. Panel replacement costs $1,500 to $3,500. The average electrical fire causes $62,000 in damage. If your panel says Federal Pacific, Stab-Lok, or Zinsco, do not test it. Replace it. Every outlet has a wire connected to it. 2 ways to do it. The right way, wrap the wire around the screw terminal and tighten. The fast way, push it into a spring-loaded hole in the back. That is a backstab connection. Backstab connections are code legal and the weakest method in residential wiring. Spring tension degrades. Contact area is minimal. Under thermal cycling, the connection loosens. Loose connections arc. Arcs start fires. A new home has 60 to 120 outlets and switches. Piece rate electricians backstab the majority because it is faster. If half are backstabbed, you have 30 to 60 connections that will degrade over the life of the home, each one a potential ignition point behind drywall. The aluminum wiring crisis proved this mechanism. Between 1965 and 1973, roughly 2 million homes were wired with aluminum that oxidizes into a resistive layer, generates heat, and expands faster than copper, loosening terminals over thousands of cycles. Same physics apply to backstabbed copper. Slower failure, same result. Pull any outlet, kill the breaker first. Wire in a hole in the back means backstab. Redo to screw terminal. Saturday afternoon project that prevents the fire. Arc fault circuit. Interrupters detect dangerous electrical arcs. These are sparks from damaged wiring, loose connections, or compromised insulation. Standard breakers only trip on overload or short circuit. AFCI breakers catch the arcs that standard breakers miss. Since the 2008 edition of the National Electrical Code, AFCI protection has been required in bedrooms. The 2014 code added kitchens and living areas. The 2020 code covers virtually every habitable room, but code adoption varies. Many jurisdictions still enforce the 2014 or the 2008 standard. Builders in those areas install standard breakers in kitchens and living rooms, the highest fire risk rooms. The cost is $8 for a standard breaker versus $35 for an AFCI breaker, $27 per circuit. On a 20-circuit home, the builder saves $540 by skipping AFCI breakers, where they would protect your family. Arcing causes an estimated 30,000 home fires per year. AFCI breakers prevent those fires. Open your panel. If bedroom, kitchen, and living room circuits are not labeled AFCI or combination AFCI, you are unprotected. Same labor model as plumbing. Flat fee per house. Speed is everything. Overfilled junction boxes. The NEC, the National Electrical Code, specifies box fill limits. Piece rate electricians exceed them to avoid running additional circuits. Overfilled boxes generate heat and stress connections. Wire routed through holes drilled too close to stud edges requires nail plates, which often never get installed. One misdriven nail during trim carpentry can go straight into a live wire behind the wall. Missing GFCI protection. GFCI protection has been required in bathrooms since 1975, in kitchens since 1987, and in garages since 1978. Inspectors still find standard outlets where GFCI devices are required, especially in garages and unfinished basements where the builder assumes you will not look. Undersized circuits. Builders wire kitchen countertops with 15 amp circuits where 20 amp is code required. The difference is wire gauge, 14 gauge versus 12 gauge. 12 gauge wire costs more per foot. You discover the problem when a toaster and coffee maker trip the breaker every morning. The pre-drywall inspection is your only chance to see this. That inspection costs $500. After drywall, the evidence is sealed. 1. Read the panel label. Federal Pacific, Stab-Lok, or Zinsco means replacement. $1,500 to $3,500, non-negotiable. 2. Test every GFCI. Press the test button in bathrooms, kitchens, garages, and outdoor locations. It should click off and kill power. If it does not trip, the GFCI has failed. $15 each, 5 minutes. 3. Pull one outlet per room. Turn off the breaker first. Wire in the back means a backstab. Redo the connection to the screw terminal. Burn marks or melted plastic indicate active arcing. Replace immediately. 4. Count AFCI breakers. Bedrooms at minimum. Kitchens, living rooms, and laundry are covered under 2014 or 2020 code. $35 per breaker to upgrade. 5. Infrared scan. $150 to $300 for a thermal camera sweep of the panel and walls. Hotspots reveal loose connections and overloaded circuits invisible to the eye. Total, under $800. Average electrical fire, $62,000. The builder bet against you. The audit changes the odds. Here is the rule. Builder grade means built to pass inspection, not to protect the people living inside. Every backstab connection, every missing AFCI, every undersized circuit, and every Federal Pacific panel was chosen by someone who will never sleep in your house. The builder's goal is to pass the municipal inspection and hand you the keys. Your goal is to live there for 30 years without it catching fire. Those are not the same goal. In the last video, builder-grade plumbing is built to survive the warranty, not the mortgage. Today, builder-grade electrical is built to pass inspection, not to protect your family. Different materials, same incentive. Subscribe.